Breathing and exchanging of gases part 2. In this lesson we are discuss the structure of lungs and mechanism of respiration. First, location of lungs. The lungs are located in the chest cavity or thoracic cavity. Generally, the thoracic cavity or chamber anatomically an airtight chamber is also called airtight chamber. This thoracic chamber or cavity formed dorsally by vertebral column, ventrally the sternum, laterally by the ribs, and on the lower side by dome shaped like structure that is called diaphragm. Okay, now we are going to discuss protective membrane of lungs. Each lung is enclosed with a protected double layered membranes that is called floral membrane. The meaning the flora means side. The membrane which is enclosed the lungs. In the floral membranes, outer layer of a floral membrane is parental flora. So what is the outer layer of membrane is parental flora. It is lies the wall of thoracic cavity. Means the parental flora attached to the wall of the thoracic cavity. Inner layer of floral membrane is visceral flora. What is visceral flora? The visceral flora covers the wall of the lungs. Visceral flora covers the lungs themselves. Okay. Look at this picture. Here also very clearly given the floral membrane, inner membrane, parental membrane, and outer membrane is visceral membrane. That space between the parental flora and visceral flora, that is called floral cavity. The floral cavity is filled with fluid, is called floral fluid. What is the role of floral fluid? The floral fluid is to reduce friction between the membranes, allowing them to slide easily, means slipping easily over the one another during breathing. We already discussed that floral fluid normally 5 to 10 milliliters of clear fluid present in the floral cavity, which is act as lubricates that opposing surface of the visceral and parental flora during respiratory or breathing movements. Are you understand? Already we discussed that the floral fluid is reduce the friction, which is act as a lubricates and reduce the friction between the two layers of parental and visceral membrane of floral membrane. The formation of the fluid result from hydrostatic and osmotic pressure. So what do you understand? The thoracic cavity protects the lungs, and also floral membrane and floral fluid is protection the lungs from external injuries and strokes and shocks. You know that floral membrane and floral fluid is reduce the friction during the respiratory movement. Sometimes inflammation of floral membrane due to the decreasing of floral fluid. That condition is called phlerisy or phleuritis. In this condition, inflammation and painful floral membrane. Look at the picture here, right lung and left lung. Generally, a broad inferior portion of the lung is called base of lung. Next, a narrow superior portion of the lung is called apex of lung. Observe clearly, right lung has 3 lobes, whereas left lung has 2 lobes. Observe the picture. Here, a space between the two lungs is called mediastinum space or mediastinum. If you observe the left lung of the base part, a deep depression or concavity structure is called cardiac notch. Cardiac notch and mediastinum is helpful to situation of heart towards the left side between the two lungs. Human respiratory system has two parts. One is conductive part, second one is respiratory part. Conductive part has external nostrils to terminal bronchioles. Respiratory part has atmospheric air to blood. Observe the medial surface of lung in this picture. We observe that medial surface of lung, which region is called hilum of lung. Generally, hilum is a region which is enter and exiting of bronchi, pulmonary blood vessels like pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins, lymphatic vessels and nerves. These are enter and exit through the hilum of lung. Are you understand? Look at the picture. Here diagrammatic representation of human respiratory system and a sectional view of left lung. Here ribs and the pleural membrane is protecting the lungs from the external injuries and strokes. If you observe carefully, the heart is situated towards the lungs between the two lungs. The next air pathway enter into the lungs, that is trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, and finally enter into the alveoli of lungs. Air enter into the primary, secondary, tertiary bronchioles, finally enter into the alveoli. Here alveoles are a bunch of alveoles or millions of alveoles are in each lungs, which are the place of gases exchanging. So the structural and functional units of the lungs are alveoli. Respiration in humans involve the following steps. 1. Breathing or pulmonary ventilation. Inhalation and exhalation is called breathing. In this process, atmospheric air with oxygen enter or drawn in the alveolar. At the same time, carbon dioxide is sent out. Second one is diffusion of gases across the alveolar membrane. Here, oxygen and carbon dioxide diffusion across the alveolar membrane into blood, means gases exchange between the alveolar and blood. The third one is transport of gases by blood. Blood is transport the oxygen and carbon dioxide. The oxygen is transported by the blood from the alveolar of lungs into tissue. At the same time, carbon dioxide is transported the blood from tissue to lungs. Fourth one is diffusion of gases between blood and tissue. Oxygen and carbon dioxide of gases. These gases are diffusion between the blood and tissue. Fifth one is utilization, also called cellular respiration. When the oxygen is entered into the tissue, the food in the tissue reacts with oxygen. that means catabolic reaction, then form a water and ATP. This process is called a cellular respiration. Mechanism of breathing. The movement of air into and out of the lungs is carried by the creating a pressure gradient between lungs and atmosphere. Here, maximizing the process of gases exchanging takes place. In this process, there are two steps in mechanism of breathing. One is inspiration, another one is expiration. Inspiration also called inhalation, expiration also called exhalation. Inspiration, if the inspiration, the pressure of air within the lungs lesser than the atmosphere, means the pressure of air high in atmosphere, low in lungs. At that time, inspiration process occurs. Next, expiration. The pressure of air in the lungs higher than the atmospheric pressure. That time, the air is easily expelled from the lungs into atmosphere. That process is called expiration, also exhalation. The next, role of respiratory parts for mechanism of breathing. So there are two important parts for helpful to mechanism of breathing. That is diaphragm, muscular diaphragm, and second one is external and internal intercostal muscles. Next, inspiration. Taking of atmospheric air into lungs is called inspiration. Inspiration is an active process. Why? Because need some energy for contraction of muscular diaphragm and muscles in that is called external intercostal muscles. Hence, it is called active process. At the time of inspiration, the muscular diaphragm and external intercostal muscles contracts. The contraction of diaphragm to increase the volume of thoracic chamber in the anterior and posterior axis. Are you understand? When the contraction of the diaphragm or phrenic muscles to increase the volume of thoracic cavity or chamber. How? Anterior and posterior axis of the thoracic chamber. At the same time, the contraction of external intercostal muscle, which is helpful to lift up the ribs and sternum. The sternum and ribs lift up, move upwards, which is helpful to increase the volume of thoracic chamber. How? Dorsal ventral axis. The ribs and sternum lift up to increase the volume of dorsally ventrally axis. So overall, the thoracic chamber or thoracic cavity increase the volume. Simultaneously, pulmonary volume means volume inside the lungs also increase. As they increase the pulmonary volume, automatically pressure inside the lungs is decrease. Means intrapulmonary pressure is decrease. That means the intrapulmonary pressure is lesser than the atmospheric pressure. Already know that air is moved from high pressure to low pressure. That causes atmospheric air is enter into the lungs. The intrapulmonary pressure means the pressure inside the lungs is low than compared with the atmospheric pressure. Then the air is enter into the lungs from the atmosphere pressure. This process is called a inspiration. So what are the muscles helpful to inspiration? The muscles of diaphragm and external intercostal muscles. So contraction of diaphragm and external intercostal muscles, which is helpful to increase the thoracic cavity volume. At the same time, intrapulmonary volume is increased. That is helpful to entering of atmospheric air into the lungs.
Expiration, releasing of alveolar air into exterior, means the air drowning from lungs into atmosphere. That process is called expiration, also called exhalation. It is a passive process. Why? Expiration is a passive process because no need energy for working of intercostal muscles and diaphragm for contraction or relaxation of chest cavity. Hence it is called a passive process. The process of expiration is done by relaxation of diaphragm. The diaphragm muscles are relaxed, means get into original position, and external intercostal muscles also relax, means returns. That results diaphragm, sternum to their normal position. Due to these diaphragm and sternum normal position, the thoracic volume is reduced. Means the cavity in the thoracic chamber is decreased. At the same time, pulmonary volume means the space inside the lungs also decrease. The volume of pulmonary and thoracic volume is decreased. This leads and increase the intrapulmonary pressure compared with pressure in the atmosphere, air pressure. That causes the air is expelled from lungs into atmosphere. Why? Because the pressure inside the lungs, that means the pressure of air, intrapulmonary pressure is higher than the atmospheric pressure. You know that air is always move from high pressure to low pressure. Here the air pressure in the lungs, means intrapulmonary pressure is high than compared with pressure of air in atmosphere. That results air is expelled from lungs into atmosphere. This is the process is done by the relaxation of diaphragm. Means diaphragm relaxation means diaphragm move upwards. At the same time, intercostal muscles between the ribs, that is moves down. That results chest cavity or thoracic cavity get into original position as a direction of dorsal and ventral. That results thoracic cavity is reduce or decrease. Observe the picture very clearly given. Okay, that process is called a expiration. Look at this picture here, very clearly given the comparison of inspiration and expression. Here the first diagram, A diagram, inspiration. Here the diaphragm muscles or phrenic muscles contracts. At the same time, intercostal muscles contracts, that results reduce the volume of thoracic cavity. See that the air is enter into the lungs. Observe second picture, that means B picture, compare with A picture, that is expression. See that the chest cavity is decreased, the volume of thoracic cavity is decreased due to the relaxation of diaphragm. That means the diaphragm is move upwards. At the same time, intercostal muscles also relax. The sternum is move downwards. The chest cavity is reduced. The volume is reduced. The pressure inside the lungs is increase. Move the air drawn outside from the lungs. Already we discussed that mechanism of breathing. During inspiration or inhalation, the pathway of air enter into the lungs. The air is enter into the lungs in the following steps, that is external nostrils, nasal cavity, internal nostrils, pharynx, glottis, larynx, trachea, bronchi and bronchioles, finally alveolar duct and alveoli. During expiration, the air is get back from the lungs into outside. That is alveoli, bronchioles, bronchi, trachea, larynx, glottis, pharynx, internal nostrils, nasal cavity, external nostrils into atmospheric air. Thank you for watching this video. Next part we discuss, that is exchanging of gases and transporting of gases.